Bore da, a chroeso I Gaerdydd. Good morning, welcome to Cardiff and to our 2023 graduation ceremony. I'm Baroness Jenny Randerson and I'm the Chancellor of Cardiff University. And it's a real privilege to be here today to celebrate this momentous occasion with you. May I offer a warm welcome to family, friends, and supporters, to our honorary fellow, and of course to you, the class of 2023. Today we celebrate your extraordinary achievements, because acquiring a university education is no mean feat. So I commend you not only for securing a place at Cardiff University to start with, but also for the dedication and a commitment that you've demonstrated to get you to where you are today. This success is only part of your story, because many of you joined us as the full force of the pandemic was being felt. Others may have been a year or two into their studies, but what we and you faced was a challenge on a level not seen since the Second World War. And throughout this difficult period, you, our students, have been quite wonderful. You've shown patience and understanding, as well as a willingness, determination, and tenacity to tackle whatever's been put in front of you. And for this, you should be extremely proud, because we are certainly proud of you. We realise that for some of you, uncertainty continues. But don't forget, your ceremony today recognises all the hard work you've put in and the culmination of your journey with us. And you leave here today knowing that you're now part of a very special family, the Cardiff University alumni community. While you've been here, you've been taught by world-leading scholars, some of the brightest minds on the planet. And now it's your turn. Your Cardiff qualification tells the world that you're ambitious, passionate, and that you have a brilliant mind. Embark on the next stage of your journey with all of the confidence that that brings. For some of you, today may be tinged with sadness as you say goodbye to Cardiff, this vibrant, colourful, and diverse city has been the backdrop to your journey through university. Of course, the charm and character of Cardiff is difficult to give up, and some of you will have already decided to stay and to call Cardiff home for the foreseeable future, through work or further study. Either way, as you cross this stage, as you cross the red carpet, in a short while, and then you step foot outside the front door of this auditorium, you'll be doing so as a Cardiff graduate. Cardiff University will always be your university. So wherever life takes you, we hope that you become a flag bearer for this great institution and carry forward our values of kindness and generosity of spirit. And we ask that you stay in touch, come and visit us often, and share your experience of Cardiff University with the wider world. And I want to thank the families and friends who've come to support our class of 2023 today. Your presence here makes the day even more special for them. You are here because you're proud of their achievements. So as they cross the stage, please make sure they notice that you're here. We need lots of loud and enthusiastic applause from the higher up parts of the building. Don't hold back. This isn't a polite exercise. Don't hold back. For now, to those who are graduating, I ask you to sit back, enjoy the ceremony, and savour this moment. I hope this will add another special memory to the collection that you've grown over your time with us, and your graduation will be something that you can fondly look back on in years to come. I now have the pleasure of introducing Anach Duffrey. Anach will read the proclamation and a poem by Wales's inaugural national poet, Gwynedd Lewis. Many of you will have encountered Gwyneth's work before in the form of the 6-foot-high words outside the Wales Millennium Centre, thought to be the biggest poem in the world. Gwyneth has been writer-in-residence at the University School of Physics and Astronomy and is now an honorary fellow. The poem Education was specially commissioned by Cardiff University. Anach.
Education gan Gwyneth Lewis. Feiddio, gwellhad o wneud, myna geisio, parcha ddweud, trawsnewidiad fydd dy glod, dy ddyfodol, mentro bod. Learning's a passport that returns you home a better person. It permits you to dare being daring, makes you secure with not knowing everything, helps you welcome some failure, forges an alloy with others' thinking. It is simple delight in mind and its emotions, scintillates but isn't deceptive, admits the joy of institutes, is the open road to everywhere but bigotry. It's the shortest distance between you and me, and if you're lucky, it never ends. I will now read the proclamation, first in Welsh and then in English. Nerth gwlad ei gwybodaeth. Boed hysbys i holl aelodau'r brifysgol ac ar hyd a lled y byd fod cynulliad o Brifysgol Caerdydd yn cael ei gynnal heddiw ym Mhrifddinas Cymru. Wrth ddathlu cyflawniadau'r rhai sydd yn osbarth 2023, fe'i hatgoffwn o'i cyfrifoldeb i gyfrannu i werthoedd y brifysgol hon. Nod iddynt hwy i'w ceisio trwy cyflawniadau, wasanaethu ar lles pawb, ymdrechu i sicrhau rhagoriaeth ym mhob peth, ac yn boeni am ddyfodol ein byd. Gwrandewch yn awchus ar ddoethineb, gan ei fod yn cynnig gobaith a gwirionedd ym mhob cenhedlaeth. A nation's strength is in its learning. Let it be known to all members of the university and throughout the world that today in the capital city of Wales, a congregation of Cardiff University is taking place. We celebrate the achievement of those in the class of 2023, and in doing so, remind them of their responsibility to share in the values of this university. It is for them to seek, through their achievements, to serve the common good, to strive for excellence on all things, and care for the future of our world. Be attentive for wisdom, for it offers hope and truth in every generation.
Bore da, good morning. My name's Noah Russell, and it's my honour to address you as the Vice President of Education of Cardiff Students' Union. May your care ever be for the good name of our university and the well-being of our world. So when we embarked on our university journey, the years we had ahead seemed like a lifetime. I'm sure most of you would agree that it feels just like yesterday, that you were dropped off in halls, saying goodbye to our friends and family and feeling apprehensive about meeting new people, fitting in, starting your academic journey. But before you know it, you're sat in a cap and a gown at St David's Hall, thinking about what the future might have in store. What we didn't know then is that we'd be leaving Cardiff University a tight-knit and close community. When I sat down to think about what made Cardiff the special university it is, the first thing that came to mind was the community. The community we've made is one like no other. Whether your time at Cardiff has been impacted by competing in a sports team, contributing to society, overcoming the many barriers of COVID, academic disruptions, and the general hurdles life throws at you, or bonding with friends on your course, you became part of a community that shaped your time here, a community that will, if you let it, shape your time going forward. Being an alumni of Cardiff University opens up to you a network of fellow Cardiff students, some newly graduated, and some who have gone on to achieve great things, and who can help you do the same. Whether it be by making the most of the rich alumni network Cardiff has to offer, by staying in contact with your friends and peers, or by coming back and visiting the place where you had some of the best years of your life. That community feeling that Cardiff has given you during your time as a student doesn't have to end today. It's something that you can take with you wherever you go. When thinking about this speech, a quote stuck out to me. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Your being here today is the ultimate proof of that sentiment. Your willingness to continue moving forward through the good times and the bad. No one could have anticipated the journey that you've all taken to get here, but one thing is for sure. You can be proud that you're sat here graduating as the class of 2023. I hope that you all remember how far you've come and how much you've achieved at Cardiff. It's been a tough journey for many of you, but together you've not just survived, but you've thrived. So whilst the future may look daunting, remember to take a deep breath, appreciate how far you've come, and realise how far you will go. I hope you all go on to remember the journey you've had at Cardiff fondly and keep those memories close to your heart, but most importantly, please remember, you'll always have a home here at Cardiff. Finally, on behalf of the Students' Union, we'd like to congratulate you all on your incredible achievements that you're here to celebrate. Have a lovely rest of your week and make sure to finally get some relaxation in. Thank you very much.
Bore da chi, good morning. Da a'ch gweld chi gyd yma, a braf gweld y neuadd fawr hon dan I sang. My name's Damien Wolford-Davies. I'm Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Cardiff University. And I would now like very warmly to welcome all students in the class of 2023. This is the part of the ceremony where students' names are read out by senior members of the university. And as the Chancellor has just advised you, please do celebrate the achievements of students as they cross the stage. It's a bit like the Oscars, with the difference that you just have to keep on moving. You can call, you can holler, you can stamp. The Chancellor suggested that you shouldn't hold back. Just to say, in yesterday's ceremonies, I heard cries never before emitted by the human voice box. This is good. Once all the students for each group have crossed the stage, and once they've returned to their seats, I will ask them to stand. And it's at that point in the ceremony that it's a tradition for the university for me to speak in Welsh, to congratulate each group of students on their achievements. And the Welsh formula, the Welsh form of words that I will use, is as follows. Ar ran y brifysgol, rwy'n cydnabod eich cyrhaeddiad chi gyda phleser mawr, llongyfarchiadau li. Meaning, on behalf of the university, I recognise your achievement with great pleasure. Many congratulations. So listen out for that moment, if you would. And now we will proceed with the ceremony.
Good morning, graduates, guests. I'm Professor Martin Willis, Head of the School of English, Communication and Philosophy. And before we begin to present you for your degrees, I have a short speech. I want to begin by saying you all look absolutely splendid. You really do. And this includes you all as well, guests up here. Fabulous. I'll admit I found it difficult to know what to say in this short address. It has been an extraordinarily unusual year, or perhaps 3 years, but especially, I recognise, in the last couple of months. How would you feel, I wondered, being here today? How would your guests all feel about this graduation? Uncertain, I did what many of us would do. I asked my mum, and her advice was unanimous, as it was across the family, and they said, "We don't care what you say, just don't tell them any of your jokes." So you are going to be spared that. And instead, what I want to do is offer you a very brief perspective as a humanities graduate, which, of course, is something you're all going to share. Some of you do already. Many of you will share that with me at the end of this morning's ceremony. What reflections come to me as many of you become humanities graduates for the first time? I remember that one of the first things I was concerned by, and the key word for me at September 2020, was missing. We were concerned whether any of you who'd been through your schooling in lockdown and in isolation would decide to show up for university. I met many of you for the first time on Zoom rather than in person. There you were, tiny black rectangles with unfamiliar names in the middle. But you were there. We got back into some in-person activities, and in the lecture theatre, you were still apart from one another. I'm sure many of you will remember those days of enormous theatres with 18 people in them, spaced out. Please sit only on the marked seats. That was a strange time too, and yet, there you were, still learning, still managing, still coping. I think for all of you, regardless of whether you're graduating here as an undergraduate or as an MA student or with a research degree, that period was extremely complicated as you tried to navigate the stress and anxiety of the COVID pandemic. We were, of course, still very much caught in the jaws of the pandemic during that first year and a half or so. And yet you were still there, completing your classes, trying to find your way around the John Percival building's streams, by largely ignoring them. And of course, still looking at other things, back in your own rooms, if you were, for example, in Talabont halls, sometimes looking at other marks on the COVID test, which meant there you'd be for another week in your room, or sometimes not. Even when the pandemic receded, there were still things that were missing, weren't there? You missed some classes. I know some of you were concerned you were missing some grades. And yet, here you are. Here you still all are. And your generation often gets viewed as one that lacks resilience. We've all heard the phrases. It's very obviously complete nonsense. Getting here today is nothing short of remarkable. It required astonishing determination to learn in the conditions that you've faced. I think of other graduates from Cardiff University, in my time here, but before me as well, bringing together 140 years of educational traditions to their learning and graduation, which you and we had to match with about 140 days of learning new things to do online with you in that first year and a half. And the fact that you're all here today is testament, first of all, to the fantastic academic staff who taught you all, my colleagues, some of them sat here today, but also, of course, to your extraordinary resilience. And this speaks not only to those resilient qualities that you all have, but I think to your degree as a humanities graduate as well. Because your degree makes a difference here. As graduates of all the subjects that are taught within the School of English, Communication and Philosophy, as students of the humanities, you've learned how to grasp new ideas, to conceptualise, to analyse, to empathise, to understand. And this gives you intellectual resilience, of course, but also an ability to reflect on and reshape your life in the context that you find yourself in. Crucial skills in the complex world that you've lived in during your studies. And as you move on to the next stages of your journey, whatever that will be, you'll find that the complexity remains, I'm certain. But you, more than any other graduating class, you know that you'll have every chance of success in whatever you choose to do next. You'll use the skills of your degree and your extraordinary experiences of these last 3 years to your advantage, I'm certain. and no doubt make a difference in all of our lives. And we thank you for going out and doing that. Before, though, I had better get on and graduate you all. Thanks very much. I, Professor Martin Willis, introduce those for the Diploma of Higher Education for the class of 2023. Gabriela Romano. I now introduce those for the degree of Bachelor of Arts for the class of 2023. Maisie Adams. Leah Allen. Ella Anderson. Lucy Victoria Anderton-Brown. Kate Angle. Hannah Louise Antoine. Georgia Elaine Ash. Shane Ruth Jeanette Tyne Perrott. Imogen Asquith. Molly Baines. Karina Baines. Molly Baker. Madeline Grace Balcon. Emily May Ball. Evie Bamforth. Shiba Leila Saba Bandarchi. Ryan Barber. Madeline May Burton. Aeneas Bassi. Eleanor Jane Baskerville. Jade Frances Bate. Charlotte Beaton. Freya Bennett. Theodore Aldo Boyle Bivacqua. Henry Burt. Charlotte Kinslane Black. Amy Louisa Booth. Harry Booth. Amelia Peggy Bradbury. Kitty Rose Brandon. Jonathan Brett. Holly Brewster. Matthew Brown. Sophie Brown. Sophie Brown. Rebecca Brunton. Esther Buckton. Eleanor Byrne. James Cadell. Maisie Carter. Grace Castledine. Agustina Ceresoli. Eve Halley Chamberlain. Chan Chloe Hoyan. Bethan Chapel. Angus George Bowden Clark. Sarah Clark. Eleanor Collins. Alice Elizabeth Cook. Wei Yi Chang. Aaron Alexander Cowell. Samuel Craig. Lucia Cobb. Esme Curtis Granger. Toby Curtis. Catalina David. Lana Jessica Davidson Flood. Cara Isabella Davis. Eve Davis. Holly Davis. Jodie Davis. Amelia Davis. Katie Diaz. Jasmine K. Dempsey. Christopher Grayson Sage Diamond. Shannon Tanith Dickinson. Hannah Dixon. Sophia Abdul Qadir Yusuf Diri. Maisie Dress. Olivia Dolman. Theodore Lawrence Burton Doran. Rachel Doyle. Paige Dumpleton. Laura Edmonds. Robert Edrop. Nancy Edwards. Jude Thomas Ellis. Bethany Kendra Emerson. Darsha Ergo. Charlotte Essex. Martha Evans. Megan Jessica Evans. Phoebe Poppy Evans. Shakira Everett Evans. Rhiannon Farr. Ella Feast. Libby Ferris. Tim Finn. Rachel Grace Finnell. Lucy Megan Fisher. Lauren Jordan Fleming. Harriet Foster. Saskia Foster. Leona Grace Frank. Emily Caris Gardner. Hannah Alicia Gathercole. Bashar Garib. Emily Brooke Gilbert. Tessa Ann Glover. Ali Jo Gowan Day. Charlotte Grant. Rachel Gray. Charlotte Lauren Griffiths. Sarah Griffiths. Madeline Grocott. Amber Gulshan. Aaron Thomas Haig. Charlie Haynes. Austin, Hampshire. Morgan Hare. Caitlin Hargreaves. Abby Harper. Charlotte Harris. Florence Harrison. Kit Harvey. Thomas Harwood. Catherine Harriet Nicole Hauger. Mia Hawkins. Katie Jane Hayes. Katie Hennessy. Ollie Hester. Gethin Hicks. Gemma Hilney. Niall Joseph Holder. Edward James Holm. Rebecca Jane Holmes. Jacob Holroyd. Jasmine Honor. Matthew Hewson. Emily Hounsell. Audrey Hudson. Hannah Louise Hughes. Francesca Ionescu. Molly Izzard Davey. Lucas Yukavovich. Hannah Jeffries. Susanna May Jeffrey. Elizabeth Johnson. Jessica Johnson. Pippa Justine Jolles. Abigail Jones. Katie May Jones. Max Jones. Rebecca Jones. Saran Jones. Anushka Kaur. Jeevan Kaur. Milo Keane. Marika Keenan. Victoria Mary Kendrick Doyle. Shamsa Khan. Evelyn Latch Kickham. William Berryman Kittle. Christina Kulamarnagay. Simran Laka. Theodore Law. Sasha Leonard. Emily Louise Lewis. Lee Wing Man. Alexa Lopez. Madeline McFarlane. Rosa Macedonis Kaladiki. Abby Grace Malin. Olivia Mansell. Lisa Mao. Jessica Amy Margetson. Francis Marsh. Isabella Martin. Niamh Lynette Mason-Evans. Chloe Masters. Madeline McClement. Olivia McComb. Lily McConnell Duff. Kieran James McKeel. Amelia Grace Mackay. Zachary McClellan Morgan. Elisa McMahon. Kira McHugh. Rasheen Miller O'Brien. Joseph Roscoe Milne. Charlotte Moore. Charlotte Moran. Daisy Morgan. Joshua Morgan. Olivia Morgan. Grace Morris. William Morris. Sam Mortimer. Erin Mounter. Sophie Hannah Muddle. Jess Muse. Faiza Nahar. Ryan Newey. Kate Elizabeth Nichols. Ruby Nichol. Olivia Ivy Nielsen. Sophie Nixon. Ella Jane Oates. Anya Katie O'Connor. Hayden Lee O'Rourke. Wawuda Osimo. Ruby May Palmer. Ruby Parish Watts. Rowan Parry. Kelsey Parsons. Kavita Patel. Catherine Pavitt. Lydia Pierce. Yasmin Georgina Pierce Maidment. Daniel George Loveridge Pearson. Svidal Pereira. Robin Jody Perrett. Ryan Emil Phipps. Fionn Meyer Perrott. Alexa Price. Emily Price. Zoe Victoria Price. Charles Edward Gareth Pugh. Palisa Louise Relibohile Pumford Thompson. Jessica Purvey. Christina Quaid. Maida Rasul. Veronica Rychajska. Josie Rees. Jacob Marshall Reeve. Sophie Revel. Ella Richards. Neve Richards. Alexander Martin James Riches. Natalie Rimmer. Abigail Robb. Neve Roberts. Lucy Robertson. Leon Roleka. Thomas Matthew Shergold Rogers. Gabriella Sanders. Alicia Sayer. Caris Hannah Scales. Amelia Scott. Rebecca Strivens. Macy Seeley. Eden Sedman. Shafak Shahid. Virginia Shorrock. Emily Cordelia Short. Alicia May Sibley. Natasha Marie Civita. Madeline Onkersladden. Hans Thomas Jean Slade. Florence Amelia Smith. Louis Smith. Maisie Smith. Ellen Stagg. Amber Stone. Maisie Stott. Maisie Jill Swift. George Simons. Kerry Ann Tanswell. Shireen Tabarni. Lucia Thomas. Paige Thomas. Hansa Todt. Emma Ray Truby. Josh Sang. Boryana Tsvetkova. Rosie Turner. Isabella Tatiet. Susie May Vaughan. Josie Waddington. Mia Mary Wade. Rhiannon Jane Watkins. Anna Rachel Watson. Sam Watson. Theon Elizabeth Watts. Florence Webber Dunwoody. Caitlin Welch. Catherine Elizabeth Wheeler. Joan Jett Whybrow. Benjamin Vieser. Anna Wilcox. Beth Allo Williams. Emma Georgina Hazel Williams. Lara Claire Williams. Lily Beatrice Wingate. Bryony Grace Wright. Bethany Jane Yates. Beth Francis Young. Zoe Elizabeth Youngman.
Exactly. Some really good doffing there. And the clapping is excellent. It's a long time to clap, but you're clapping obviously anew for each individual. So thank you for that. Would all the students who have just crossed the stage please stand if you are able to? Ar ran y Brifysgol, rwy'n cydnabod eich cyrhaeddiad gyda phleser mawr, llongyfarchiadau li. Many congratulations. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Many thanks. Steddwch os gwelwch yn dda, please sit.
Bore da i chi gyd, a bore da yn arbennig yr rheini ohonoch chi sydd ar fin croesi'r llwyfan hon ac eich teuluoedd chi ac eich cefnogwyr. Fenw i di Dylan Foster Evans a fi yw pennaeth Ysgol y Gymraeg ym Mhrifysgol Cardiff. My name is Dylan Foster Evans and I'm the head of the School of Welsh at Cardiff University. So it follows that most of what I'll be saying now will be in Welsh, a language that for some of you will have been familiar since the day you were born, but a language that for others you will always associate with your time here at Cardiff University. And even if you don't understand every word, you will know that every word is meaningful and heartfelt. Felly, roedd wrth fy modd heddiw yma gael cyflwyno dosbarth 2023 o Ysgol y Gymraeg. Dyma uchafbwynt y calendar academaidd i'r ysgol ag i'r brifysgol hitha. Rydyn ni wedi treulio sawl blwyddyn yng nghwmni yn gilydd yn do. Ond mae rhaid i fi dal arfer gyda'r het yma. Rydyn ni wedi treulio sawl blwyddyn yng nghwmni yn gilydd yn do. Dros yr amser yna, dyn ni wedi rhannu llwyddiannau a heriau wrth i ni liwio ein ffordd drwy bandemig a sawl sialens arall gan gynnwys gweithredu diwydiannol fel y gwyddoch yn well na neb. Na i ddim ailadrodd yr hyn ydych chi wedi glywed o'r llwyfan eisoes, so mae'n deg dweud bod eich amser fel myfyrwyr wedi bod yn unigryw, ac mae'n bwysig iawn cydnabod hynny. Ond yr hyn y carwn i ddweud wrth eich heddiw yw ei bod wedi bod yn fraint i mi a'r staff i gyd y chwilio'n tyfu o fod yn las fyfyrwyr swil, wel, roedd rhai ohonych chi'n swil, i fod yn raddedigion sy'n barod i gamu i'r llwyfan hon. Ac yng nghanol popeth, mae eleni eto wedi bod yn flwyddyn gyffroes i ni yn Ysgol y Gymraeg. Rydyn ni wedi gallu cydweithio a chyfeillion ym Mhrifysgol Waikato, Aotearoa, Zeland Newydd, i ddatblygu cysylltiadau sydd wedi seilio ar tereo Maori, yr iaith Maori, a te ao Maori, y bydolwg Maori, ac mae hyn yn cynnwys llenyddiaeth plant, caffael iaith, hefyd cerddoriaeth punk, ond peidiwch â gofyn gormod i mi am hynny. Mae'n gwaith ar dreftadaeth ac enwau lleoedd wedi cyfrannu at penderfyniadau i ddefnyddio enwau Cymraeg ar barciau cenedlaethol Eryri a Bana Brycheiniog. Mae'n prosiect gwyliad y Dafod wedi defnyddio peiriant sganio MRI i daflu goleuni newydd ar sut y byddwn yn ynganu'r Gymraeg, gyda'r bwriad wedyn o ddefnyddio'r canlyniadau i helpu bobl o bob rhan o'r byd i ddysgu siarad Cymraeg i hunan. Gyda ni hefyd brosiect tair blynedd yn dod â cherddi Cymraeg y bardd chwedlonol Myrddin i sylw'r byd, a hynny mewn fformat digidol. Dyma'r math o brosiectau ydym ni'n ceisio i bwydo i mewn i'n rhaglenni gradd, a mae'n rhaid fi ddweud, heddach chi fyfyrwyr, i'n hysbrydoli ni gyda'ch brwdfrydedd dros yr iaith Gymraeg a'i diwylliant, fydda'r gwaith yma ddim yn digwydd. Chi sydd yn hysbrydoli ni o ddydd i ddydd, ac mae'n diolch i chi yn fawr am hynny. Felly, wrth i chi groesi'r llwyfan yma heddiw, byddwch yn mynd â llu atgofion gyda chi, ynghyd â'r cyfeillgarwch yr ydych wedi brofi yma yng Nghaerdydd. Byddwch yn mynd â'n diolchiadau ni gyda chi am gyfoethogi cymuned ein hysgol a'n prifysgol yn ystod eich amser yma. Rydym hefyd yn diolch i deulu, ffrindiau a phawb sydd wedi'ch cefnogi. I know that our students have depended upon the support of friends and family who may not always speak Welsh themselves, but without whom our proud graduates would not be here today. So a huge diolch yn fawr, a huge thank you to you all. Rydyn ni wedi cael ein hysbrydoli gennych chi a chymrwymiad i astudio'r Gymraeg, a rydyn ni nawr wrth ein boddau eich gweld yn mynd allan i'r byd ac yn cael effaith gadarnhaol ar yr ardaloedd y byddwch yn byw ac yn gweithio ynddyn nhw. Diolch i chi ddosbarth 2023, a byddaf yn awr yn galw pob un ohonoch i'r llwyfan. Rwy fi, Dr Dylan Foster Evans, yn cyflwyno'r rhai ar gyfer y baglor yn y celfyddydau ar gyfer dosbarth 2023. Malen Meredydd Eiron. Air Bleddyn. Marged Lois Campbell. Annie Ellen Davis. Ella Harv Davis. Esill Einion. Gwion Rhys Ifan. Becca Nia Jones. Seren Martin Hugh. Steffan Alun Leonard. Deo Sean Llywelyn Owen. Elin Marged Owen. Llio Gwen Owen. Angharad Wyn Samuel. Morgan Ward. Elliw Lois Williams. Annie Lauren Winter. Bydd y dirprwy is-ganghellor yn nawr yn cadarnhau y cyflawniad. The Deputy Vice-Chancellor will now confirm the achievement.
A wnaeth y myfyrwyr hynny sy'n newydd groesi'r llwyfan sefyll ar ei traed os gwelwch yn dda. Ar ran y brifysgol, rwy'n cydnabod eich cyrhaeddiad chi gyda phleser mawr, llongyfarchiadau li. Gwych iawn, steddwch os gwelwch yn dda.
I, Professor Urfan Khalik, introduce those for the graduate diploma for the class of 2023. Tracy Adicott. Abigail Louise Apley. Nikisha Boston. Nadia Griffiths. Daniela Grimace. Donna Faye Hickman. Meryl Ingram. Rian Jones. Brigi Lawrence. Jessica Amy Lewis. Nicola Lovelock Hooper. Ellis Main. Dua Suleiman. I, Professor Urfan Khalik, introduce those for the degree of Master of Arts for the class of 2023. Victor Alexa. Rana Uda Aluwati. Atif Sali Al-Khariji. Amani Al-Quraida. Molly Allen. Alex Anderson. Gemma Ashford. Rachel Bonner. Charlotte Dory Brooks. Kiting Chan. Ellie Cortman. Eleanor Cummings. Rowan Davis. Alice Dell. Abby Dix. Tess Ebner. Chloe Evans. Thomas Henry Fitzhugh. Josh Gassan. Emily Megan Glaze. Kerry Fleur Griffith. Claire Neve Griffiths. Phoebe Aurora Hall. Theodore Richard Harries. Georgina Louise Hill. Phoebe House Hopkins. Ella Ianidu. Abigail Jones. Catalina Jade Jones. Menna Shonid Jones. Sian Megan Jones. Bahar Kashefi Atufi. Fiona Nicole Kerr. Roberta Claire King. Henry King O'Reilly. Ewan James Lee. Jade Lester. Elizabeth Lewandon. Georgia Lindsay. Daisy Alice Lovick. Chloe Makin. Sophie Mason. Charlotte Megan Middleton. Richie Mitchell. Kay Morris. Brian Nellis. Matthew Newington. Eleanor Lucy Nuttall. Tegan Oldfield. Caitlin Overton. Georgia Victoria Parish. Miss Shaimala Patel. Stefan Claire Phillips. Julia Rose Pomfret. Ellie Mae Pope. Lucy Ramsdale. Kirsty Louise Richards. Melody Fifi Richard. Niall John Rickwood. Mally Flinney Roberts. William Jane Stanley Robinson. Talia Ryan. Rosemary Diana Samuel. Jana Melina Schwab. Darcy Surveys. Denise Skeels. Grace Emily Sutcliffe. Miki Tamikuni. Panupong Tam Tumnon. Megan Wilcox. Rhiannon Williams. Zoe Windat. Alexander Jonathan Winter. Philippa Wisdom. Aaron Wee Withers. Marcus Heatman Crouch. The Deputy Vice-Chancellor will now confirm the achievement.
I'll now myfyrwyr hynny sy'n newydd groes i'r llwyfan sefyll ar eu traed. Os gwelwch yn dda, would all the students who have just crossed the stage please stand if you're able to. Ar ran y Brifysgol, rwy'n cydnabod eich cyrhaeddiad chi gyda phleser mawr, llong gyfarchiadau lu. Many congratulations. As we say in Cardiff, happy days, happy days.
The following students to be presented have achieved a doctoral degree, and in recognition of their achievements and research, they will be presented to the presiding officers who will doff in return. I, Professor Urfan Khalik, introduce those who have received the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Reem Al-Madani. Nasir Al-Qatani. Zaina Al-Shirani. Catherine Barber. Alexander Carr. Rosie Claire Couch. Aurora Goodwin. Michael Green. David Griffin. Yanto Griffith. Matthew Backman. Divika Karnal. Keris Joy Knighton. Ellery Lloyd. Emily Catherine Powell. Catherine May Russell Steele. Dr. Sabrina Toomey. The Deputy Vice-Chancellor will now confer the award.
A wnaeth y myfyrwyr hynny sy'n newid groesi'r llwyfan sefyll ar eu traed, os gwelwch yn dda, would all students who have just crossed the stage please stand if you're able to. Ar ran y Brifysgol, rwy'n cydnabod eich cyrhaeddiad chi gyda phleser mawr, llongyfarchiadau Lee. Many congratulations. Diolch yn fawr, Steddwch. So we come to the part of the ceremony that celebrates individuals for outstanding achievements in their field and distinguished contributions to Cardiff, Wales, and the world. Today's Honorary Fellow is Ellis James. Yn Cymraeg ar Anrhydedd heddiw yw Ellis James. Fel Prifysgol, nodwn ein hedmygedd, ein balchder a'n diolch drwy gyflwyno cymrodoriaethau a graddau Anrhydedd. Caiff Camp Ellis, fel eich camp chi, ein myfyrwyr, I ddathlu yn y seremoni hon. Ellis's accomplishments, like those of our students here today, will be recognised and rewarded. His success is part of your day's success and vice versa, and we are proud of that. And we express that pride and recognise his achievement through the award of an honorary fellowship. Ellis James is a stand-up comedian, actor and broadcaster. A graduate of Cardiff University, he studied modern history and politics. So when does cult become mainstream and still have the cool of cult? Ellis has the answer. He's perhaps best known for a string of successful radio programmes and podcasts, including the Friday afternoon show with John Robbins, an award-winning weekly entertainment show on BBC Radio 5 Live, and How Do You Cope, a mental health podcast that covers topics from addiction and grief to mental health and big career changes. Last year, he and Matt Lucas became the new hosts of the Fantasy Football League on Sky, a hugely successful show that blends comedy, celebrity chat, and, of course, football fanaticism. Beyond Fantasy Football League, Ellis has made many TV appearances, including on the panel of Mock the Week, 8 out of 10 Cats, and 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. In 2020, in the absence of live sport, we remember it owing to the COVID-19 pandemic, Ellis began co-hosting the socially distant sports bar, I know many of you are familiar with it, with Mike Bubbins and Steph Guerrero. He also presents the Feast of Football podcast for Radio Wales and Football Weekly for The Guardian. Ac mae angerdd Ellis dros dîm cenedlaethol Pêl-droed Cymru yn rhan annatod o'i hunaniaeth a'i yrfa broffesiynol fel ei gilydd. Ellis also regularly writes for The Guardian and published his first book, The Holy Bible, yes, you heard that correctly, The Holy Bible, in 2018 with John Robbins, endorsed by Sarah Milligan as properly funny. With John Robbins, he's adept at translating what works on the airwaves into success in live venues. In April this year, Ellis hosted 3 more dates for Made Up Games Live, following successful sold-out shows in December last year. Now, that profile deserves to be recognised and celebrated. Mae'n bleser symud nawr i'r urddo ffurfiol, Ellis. I will now present Ellis with an honorary fellowship at Cardiff University and will do so proudly and appropriately in Ellis's first language. Trwy'r awdurdod a roddwyd I mi gyda cyngor, derbyniaf chi fel cymrawd Anrhydedd, Prifysgol Cardiff. Llongyfarchiadau.
Diolch I chi, Dyrbrwy Isganghellor am y geiriau caredig, and thank you for your kind words, Deputy Vice-Chancellor. Before I begin, I have to give props and chapeau to the graduate who walked across the red carpet with a hip flask. What a power move on the day you graduate. It's like travelling back in time. I graduated in this room in July 2002. And I vividly remember it. My parents were sitting up there in the third tier, and the Cardiff University logo hasn't changed. This room hasn't changed. The mortarboards, the gowns, the caps, nothing has changed. The one thing that is different, however, is that we were told by the Chancellor at the beginning of the ceremony, in no uncertain terms, that our friends and family were not to whoop, cheer, or show any emotion at all during the ceremony. They were allowed to applaud right at the end, so everyone was applauded at the same time. So I graduated in a funereal atmosphere. I remember after about 10 minutes in, a family was sort of sitting up there. Their son had graduated, and the mother went, woo! And it was anarchy, it was chaos. The whole thing just fell apart. Anyway, mae'n fraint cael bod yma heddi. Hoffwn I ddechrau gan ddiolch I bawb ym Mhrifysgol Caerdydd am yr anrhydedd enfawr yma, ac I fy rhieni yn enwedig, buodd mor gefnogol troedden ni yn y brifysgol. Maen nhw'n gwybod mwy nag unrhyw un faint mae hwn yn ei olygu. I'd like to begin by thanking everyone at Cardiff University for this incredible honour, to be made an honorary fellow at the institution that was so important in the shaping of my adult life is a genuinely humbling experience. Now, I moved to Cardiff and I began studying for my degree in modern history and politics back in September 1999. So it's before some of you were born. Something I'm sure you'll struggle to believe is true because I am so young and relevant. Within days, and it feels like yesterday, I'd fallen in love with the city, I'd fallen in love with the course, and I graduated with a 2-1. And I can't stress this enough, because even though I was very bright, I was never a nerd. I was just too dangerous for a first. Actually, when I walked across the red carpet, I gave a double thumbs up because I was an agitator. Also, my girlfriend left me before my second-year exams, which counted towards 50% of my degree, but let's not use this speech to settle old scores. When I was struggling to revise, my dad said, "Can you not use heartbreak to inspire you to spend more time in the library?" That's not how it works, Dad. Now, just like you, coming to Cardiff University, it introduced me to people I would never otherwise have met. It taught me things that are still relevant to me today, and it gave me friends for life. I recently saw mates I'd met in my first few weeks at Taliban South, which back then wasn't simply a halls of residence, it was a frame of mind. We were all graduates from Cardiff, and some of us now are comedy producers and writers. A friend of mine works for the Foreign Office, but he never gives me any good goss because he signed the Official Secrets Act. We all met during Freshers' Week. You know, it's so long ago. We all lived in, frankly, dystopian accommodation on Woodville Road. We spent too much time at Welsh Club. Tragically, we had some really genuinely terrible nights out at Tiger. I don't know what we were doing there, but almost a quarter of a century later, we are still good friends. However, we're now in our 40s, and I would like to talk today to the drifters amongst you, because I was one of you. Now, I vividly remember the day I graduated. I remember my graduation ceremony, and to be honest, I was terrified. I didn't know what was coming next. Although I loved my course, I had no idea what I wanted to do, apart from some nebulous idea of being involved in comedy, something I didn't know how to achieve. I didn't do my first stand-up gig until I was 24. And initially, they were going badly. I was doing a show in Bristol. I'd probably only done 10 or 15 gigs. It was going terribly, and there was a bloke at the back. He stood up halfway through my set, and he said, "You have lost control. I don't know what you're trying to do, but you have lost control," which was exactly as helpful as you can imagine, right? I didn't go full-time as a comedian until I was almost 28. I worked in pubs, cafes, I did lots of temping. I got sacked from a gas company in Splot for slouching. I did date entry for a pipe company in Roath, and I sat alongside a man called Dennis. And I would like to take this opportunity to put on record in front of 2,000 people here at the St David's Hall and say that he was definitely Britain's most profoundly boring man. 6 months I worked alongside Dennis. He didn't say anything of note in 6 months, half a year. Now, it's fine to be scared, of what's coming next. You can use your 20s to find out. That's what everyone I know did. But you have a degree, and a degree matters. No one can take that away from you. Unless you didn't pay your library fines. I was never quite sure how that worked. But I think it's hugely disappointing that some people who took for granted opportunities your generation were never given have chosen this of all weeks to attack the worth of going to university. You all know better than anyone how hard it is to get a degree. The work is challenging. The standards here at Cardiff are incredibly high. So by being in this room today, you have all committed to something, and you should be deeply, deeply proud of your achievements. To those of you who are mature students and have decided to use a degree at Cardiff to change the direction of your lives, I applaud you. Most of you, however, are at the beginning of your journey. Cherish your friendships as they are the most important thing. Life is short. Make a difference. Grab the opportunities you were given. Congratulations to you all for graduating, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Diolch yn fawr, Ellis. When I saw Ellis's name on the programme as being the honorary fellow today, and I realised I had to follow his speech, I realised he was going to be a difficult act to follow, and he didn't disappoint, did he? So, brilliant and inspiring speech. So now, to bring you back to my best efforts, llongyfarchiadau, congratulations. You are all now part of the Cardiff University alumni community of over 210,000 graduates. Cardiff alumni are great global citizens. Some are activists and have very high profiles. Others are quiet, well-informed contributors to their communities. And Cardiff will have given you more than just a degree. You've been encouraged to ask questions, challenge conventional wisdom. You've shown willingness, determination, and spirited academic inquiry, the real hallmarks of a Cardiff University graduate. The Welsh word hiraeth is made for moments like this. It conveys a sense of place, of love, of longing and memories. And we hope you will keep hiraeth in your hearts for Cardiff University. But before we close the ceremony, there's one last Cardiff University tradition we need to uphold. While today is all about your achievement, it's not something you've done on your own. You've been supported by family and friends and by your staff throughout your degree. So can I ask the new graduates, all of you, to stand? Everyone in the hall has made... You're very obedient. Everyone in the hall has made a lot of noise for you. Now it's your turn to make even more noise to say thank you to them. Thank you very much. I think that conveyed the enthusiasm. Now, to close our celebration, here's a film welcoming you to our Cardiff University alumni community. I hope you enjoy it, and at the end of the film, please will you stand as the platform party leaves and our ceremony draws to a close. And thank you all for joining us today, and congratulations once again. Diolch yn fawr.
Take a look around you. Be welwch chi. What do you see? Class of 2023. Today we take stock of everything we've achieved and say thank you to those who always believed. So scroll through memories, cymryd selfies gyda'r besties, and stand up straight for the photographer. Say cheers. Today we remember how we got this far. The late nights and bright lights, and moments we didn't do as well as we might. Pob dyddiad cau, dyfal barhau, o weithio'n galed i'r darllediadau. Today we're rewarded for all the hard work that started way back with the first steps we took. Dropped at Talabont yng Nghennydd, Aberdare and Aberconwy I ganol y freshers, heb wybod lle I fynd, heb nabod bob un, nes canfod ffrindiau oes yn neidiau hoff cytun. First dates.
Soulmates.
I'm gonna start crying at this rate. Today we're part of something that's hard to describe. The new class of an old tribe. A tradition that'll be there our whole lives. A network that continues to help us thrive. Years from now, we'll see someone with a badge on their tie, or hear people on a bus shouting,
Cheese drive.
And we'll remember where we came from, where we came into our own, where we made our mark. Canfod cartref, where we found a home. Today we make noise like it's the varsity game, and count ourselves lucky we found people with the same interests, hobbies, byd o hiwmod nes bod ni'n folly. People who tried to shelter us with broken brollies. People who helped us find our limits and push them out the way. People who helped us get to this point.
On this day.
Today is a day we mark everything we've shared. A day we tell people just how much we cared, that they were always there, even when they couldn't be. Roedden ni'n gwybod y deiau eto hael lyfryn for all the long hours we've had to put in. We still had those nights that went right through till dawn, and days we dug deeper than ever before. So here's to those late night revisers and early risers, to sunny days that passed by in Butte Park, to that special someone who gave us that special spark and helped us to grow, to transform, to dream. Today's for that someone we're proud to have at in team. What happens tomorrow is whatever you choose. Go make news or break news, but absolutely refuse to be told that can't be done, because we've only just begun to make records and break records and make history and break history and say,
Dyma fy myd I. This is the world I want to see.
10,
20,
Cymraeg,
40.
Years from now, you'll look back on today and realise you've been by your side the whole way. But right now, right here, let's savour the moment and say, camgymeriadau, congratulations. Let's get the celebrations underway. Take a moment, look around you. Be welwch chi. What do you see? We're Cardiff University. Croeso, welcome to your alumni community.